Today we're creating something beautiful, simple, a handmade tea bag lantern decorated with watercolor and pressed flowers. Welcome to Pagan Crafting. I'm Kara. This craft is a wonderful way to transform everyday materials into something that feels like enchanting and unique. Whether you're creating seasonal decor, a gift for a friend, or simply spending a quiet afternoon crafting, this project combines creativity, nature, and a little bit of magic. So gather your tea bags, press flowers, and your paints, and let's create a lantern that glows with beauty and intention. Supplies we're going to need are watercolor palettes, Mod Podge paint, pressed flowers, 8 tea bags, some paint, some brushes, some tweezers, some little pieces of wood, and some hot glue. Now let's start off with our tea bags. So we are going to need a certain style of tea bags to make this work. Now you may be asking why I'm pulling apart all these tea bags for this project. There's a certain shape that I need. I'm just gonna need to cut this. Usually this pulls right out, but I will show you the shape and why. So you could take the time to drink all your tea bags, drink all your tea and use your tea bags, but that could take about a month or so. And I need 16 of them because I'm making 2 lanterns. So this is what it looks like when you open it up. Wait, I know you're asking again, why? Why don't I just buy them? Okay, let me just show you this. You know what? Give me a sec. I think this is going to... Okay, I'm going to show you why. Okay, so this is one style of tea bag that I have that I ordered online. And this is just a little pull string bag. But we need this shape. And this doesn't open up the right way. The other one that I have, which is great, you can put a lot in this little pouch. It is more of a paper style than the little cotton. But again, this one doesn't open up. It opens up like a long way, like a ruler. Again, it doesn't fulfill the needs of the lantern. You can see here that I'm pulling apart and it's just going to be like a super long, and it's just not pulling apart very well. So we're just going to leave, again, it's not the shape we're looking for. So we're going to just leave this one and cruise out of the way, and we're going to rock 16 of these. For one lantern, you only need 8 tea bags because we have 2 tea bags per window per se. So they're not glued together, they're folded. So I'm just going to roll it and keep rolling it. And this will help me get into it here. Just take your time, be a little ginger with it. Now you can wet them if you want to, but then you're going to have to put them on a cookie sheet and wait till they're dry. Which they dry in like a couple hours. Okay, so what we're going to do is the one side together. I got all my little tea bags ready to go. We'll cruise this out of the way. And yes, I'm going to keep all my tea and put it into a new tea bag after I extract all the mint tea. So next we're going to gather up all our little, I guess little pieces, little branches that I found. Now I was hoping I was going to be getting about 5 inches. So let's see how I did here. I'm going to have some short and long ones, some thicker ones. And what do I have here? It looks about 4.5, 5 inches, bang on. So you want these little guys about a little bit over 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch thick. Let's just pull out the long ones and separate the short ones, and that way it'll save me time and I won't have to cut so many, because our sides are going to be longer but our width is going to be shorter. So I'll just save some here. I found a branch outside that the landscapers had knocked down and they hadn't rolled it away yet, so I went and clipped a whole bunch of little branches. We're going to grab our wax paper now because we don't want to get this all over our table because we're going to use some Mod Podge glue. Now you can use white craft glue as well. And we're going to lay out our little tea bag. They're so delicate. They're so fun to use. I like using them in my Grimoire with Me pages. They create some really cool effects. It actually sometimes looks like leather. You kind of crumple it up a little bit and then you use. So let's work on our lengths. So you could use some good scissors, some kitchen scissors, but I'm going to use some wire cutters for this. I'm just laying out my sizes so I see here that I'm going to have to trim off the top part of the tea bags. I wish I would have had just a little bit longer sides, but instead we'll go by the shorter dudes. I'm just using my wire clippers because they are really great for these little stems. And these are going to be our borders for our lanterns. Okay, so I'm going to go with something a little bit darker. They're just a little bit too light for me, so I'm just using a coffee mixture with instant coffee and only a 1/4 cup of water, so it's super thick. I'm going to let these dry out after I finish laying down the coffee, give it a bit of an older look to it. I am going to be bringing in some watercolors, but I'm hoping this will lighten up. And here it is dry. They are already drying while I'm working on this. So let's get into some fun little color. What do we got here? So I'm just using a light tones. I'm going to play around with 2 different colors of sides, using some magentas, some purples, some blues, and some teals. And I'm going to add some yellow here too. So because they're half dry, I did have to moisten it a little bit as I'm going. I thought I was going to wait till they were all dry, then add the watercolor. But it was actually taking better when they're a little moister. So what you can do, either A, you can peel it off like I've done here. And we're going to very carefully, that's why we want to use wax paper. Look at that. Oh, that was rewarding to do. Okay, so there's 2 different types of Mod Podge you can use. You can use a matte finish. I am really addicted to this new kind. It's a dishwasher safe, so it actually takes a beating, so I can leave these little lanterns outside. So if they can get wet, that's fine. They're not going to lose their color and luster. Adding 1 part glue, 1 part water. Now this glue is probably double the price, but I find I use less of it and it doesn't smell. My daughter doesn't care for the Mod Podge smell, so it sucks when I'm crafting. She gets a little upset, but I feel bad. She doesn't like the smell, but I love the smell of Mod Podge. It's like crafting time. Okay, I have these lovely pressed flowers. I just grabbed a 4-pack of them off Amazon. I wanted to do this craft since fall. I've been collecting flowers since fall. And all these little delicate flowers I could find, after they dried in my books, once I opened up the page, they just disintegrated. So I wound up just caving and giving in and rocking in some pressed flowers, which these are amazing to work with. So on the greens, I'm going to be bringing in the blues and purples. And it is easier to use tweezers in this. It's a lot faster as well. And your fingers don't crush the tips of the delicate flowers, the petals. I like to have little light shining through, so I'm not going to get too thick with the flower placement. Just have some fun with it. Am I going to do... No, this one's too big. I'll save that for another one. I like that one. Ooh, and I'm going to move that one down because I forgot I have to trim off the top bit. And we're going to add in now another layer of our water and glue mixture. And this will harden up quite nicely and it'll seal all our loveliness in. Now I'm going to use that yellow flower. Oh, no. Looks so pretty. I'm going to bring in some purples with the yellow with this one now. Look at that. It's so pretty. These colors are so vibrant. I'm really quite well chuffed with the colors. I wound up finding more and more and more layers, so it was a really good price for what I paid for, because with each layer I expected to use up all my flowers, and I'm still on the same card and I'm on the third lantern now. They're so pretty. I really, really enjoyed using these flowers. Oh, it looks like it was getting a little drier. It was starting to dry, so I just added a little bit more of the glue mixture and a good wash on top. And our last but not least, we're going to go with some magenta flowers and some white daisies. And looks like I'm going to dip into this one. Look how far that other one lasted me there. That looks cool. I needed to open her up a little bit. And another good layer. So we're going to let these dry now. Now they did take a little bit longer because I did saturate them, but the tea bag can hold it, and this didn't tear at all. So now I'm kind of thinking and playing with my next project. So I think I'm going to make one without the watercolor now too. Now that these are dry, may I suggest change your wax paper if you don't want the wax paper on the back of it. When I cut mine out, I kept the wax paper on so it would actually be a little thicker because I'm going to bring them outside. But you can just peel them right off and they are gorgeous and ready to rock. Look at them. It looks like paper. It looks like I've made my own paper. I'm so excited to put this together. Okay, so now we're going to just trim off the top a little bit. I didn't put flowers at the top because I knew I didn't have my little branches that were long enough. I'm going to line up our little guys and simple hot glue. And then we're going to bring all the little panels together. Running a bead of hot glue down. And I am holding it in place because some of it was a little bendy. Look at that. Oh, this is going to look so sweet. I can't figure out which one was my favorite panel, but I think I really like the magentas, the teals, and yellows together is my favorite. But I really like the blues with the greens on the top right corner. And finishing off here. Okay, so our next step, we're going to glue now the panels together if you didn't glue it to your table. Oh, these look like nice little windows you could even hang in your tree just as is. I like that. Oh, that'd be cool too. We should do that in a craft. I should make some more little panels and then we can hang them like little windows in the tree. Let's make some stained glass crafts. Whoever wants to make some stained glass window crafts, I'll figure out how to do it. And let me know in the comments below with a little painter's palette if you're interested, emoji. And trimming off some paper here. But what I'm going to do here after I've rocked them all together, I think I'm going to hang them in the tree outside because they are super able to take rain and the weather, especially with the Mod Podge dishwasher safe glue. Oh, got a little extra there. Grabbing some jute twine, and I'm going to add that into the inside so you don't see my hot glue, and give a little dollop. and squishing it in. So that'll be a nice way to hang a little lantern. I'm going to use both sides with this one just for a little aesthetically pleasing, but you can just do the one side. That's totally cool too, my friend. So now we have that together. I'm feeling pretty well chuffed with this little project here. I hope you enjoyed creating this tea bag lantern with me today. One of the things I love most about projects like this is about how they remind us that beauty can be found in the simplest materials. I use tea bag, a pressed flower, a touch of watercolor. Each element comes together to create something truly special and full of characters. These lanterns can be customized in so many ways with seasonal flowers, favorite colors, symbols, and herbs that hold special significance to you. No two will ever be alike, and that's part of their charm. If you decide to make one of these your own, I'd love to hear or see your creations in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this project, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me here on Pagan Crafting for more seasonal inspiration, creative ideas, and a little enchantment to everyday life.